All right. So, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone who's present here. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We are very pleased to be able to welcome all of you to Digital Learning in the New Ages, a webinar on online education of this time. There is increasing importance of virtual and digital means of learning and education these days, and it's important that we address this issue. Books have no longer remained the only means of learning anymore, and there's a lot to it. And that's what this webinar is going to explore. Youth is a startup organization that works specifically for the youth and covers those topics that affect them directly. That's why this topic, I feel, was a must to be discussed. We sincerely thank Mr. Pritesh Joshi for giving his valuable time for this youth webinar. He's a master teacher and channel program manager. He has the experience of working in virtual teaching methods of over 11 years with Vedantu. He's also a subject expert for higher classes. He believes in the philosophy of education and in the idea that learning can occur from all spheres of life, only if you know how to look for it. Mr. Joshi is an inspiring educator of our time, and his dedication and optimistic philosophy of life has given him success in various achievements in life. We would also like to thank Wacom India for their immense support to execute this webinar. Please visit www.wacom.com to look about more of them. You can also visit the social media pages at the rate Wacom India. So now, not taking any much more time, I would like to please request Sir to give his knowledge and ideas to our audience and just make this webinar memorable.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarthak, for the wonderful introduction. A very, very, very good evening to all my dearest kiddos out there. And I would like to welcome you all to this Dhammakedar, Paratedar, and Mazdar session, as I always say. A very, very great initiative taken by you and Wacom, whom also I would really like to thank. And obviously, I will be talking to you about it, that how it has also helped me with digital learning in the new age. But before we start talking about what is digital learning all about and how it has completely transformed the way we look at education today, I would like to quote the great teacher known worldwide, that is Mr. George Kudos. And he once said that technology will not replace teachers, but they say that technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformational. And perfect wordings by Mr. George. He said that technology will never replace teachers. Teachers cannot be replaced for sure, because they are the ones who steer us in the perfect direction. But when you give the right technology in the hands of a teacher, that can definitely transform the world. So once again, I welcome all of you to this wonderful session, where today we'll be having a very, very light and a very knowledgeable discussion on digital learning in the new ages. Now, before as I start, I would like to take you back in time, where nobody had ever thought that a computer, a machine, a camera, a mic, and a speaker can be a way to share knowledge. We always considered this particular machine just as a way to get knowledge, to read something, to look at something, but we never thought that this can be a media through which we can exchange thoughts, through which we can learn, and as I say, through which we can grow and evolve. But the times have changed. The unreal is real now, right? Now, the chalk and talk method of teaching is quite orthodox, and even in school learning, teachers are resorting to online media to learn and for a better sharing of knowledge. I have been in the online learning industry since past 3 years, but I have been a teacher, as Sarthak has already told, for more than 10 years now. So whether it comes to coaching classes, whether it comes to teaching in a school, whether it comes to private coaching, I have done it all. And trust me, when I moved to Vedantu and when I started practicing online learning, it truly, in every sense, gave me wings. It gave me the wings to expand as much as possible and reach out to the masses. So let me tell you what all are the different scopes of digital learning in the new age. First of all, you can learn anything and everything when it comes to learning from the digital platform. It is not just limited to academics. You can learn cooking. I myself am very, fond of cooking, and I also resort to many channels on YouTube when I have to, experiment with a new dish. And I hope every time it turns out good. For that, we'll have to talk to my family. But yeah, so the thing is, that you can learn cooking when it comes to digital learning. You can also definitely academics. Vedantu is one such platform where whether you're in grade 1 or grade 12, any grade want to learn anything, it is your one-stop destination. You can learn from there. And there are many other platforms where you can learn. And not only academics, but there are platforms which help you to learn a foreign language, which helps you to learn art and craft, which helps you to learn about games. It's not only mental ability. There are platforms which also help you to, deal with physical fitness. Whatever a person needs today, online is the answer. Whether it is shopping, whether it is exercise, whether it is meditation, whether it is academics, whether it is learning a new language. And one of my most favorites out there, which I make sure that I do it at least for 20 to 30 minutes in a day, is no, it's not meditation, it is virtual tours. I would really like to thank Google Earth from the the bottommost corner of my heart. It is such a beautiful technology, Google Earth, that sitting at your comfort on your couch in your living room, you can visit any place in the planet and walk through the streets. Like today afternoon, I was sitting on my sofa and I just took a tour of a city of Spain, and wow, that was incredible experience. So that is what digital learning does to you. It truly gives you wings in every sense, and it makes you travel, it makes you learn, it makes you grow, it makes you evolve. That is the benefit of this beautiful, digital learning platform. Now, apart from that, digital learning also helps you to understand about vocational courses. It also helps you to learn, whether you have a hobby or anything of that sort, you can resort to digital learning for that. And with that, now we move on further and we can now discuss about the advantages of digital learning. First and foremost, the most obvious advantage of digital learning is that it is absolutely very cost effective. I know there are platforms who charge you to, get their course or to buy something, but then again, that cost is very minimal as compared to a physical, personal learning. And the cost that is included over there, that is also because it there are people who are investing their time to design a particular course. There are people who are investing their time to promote a particular course. There are people who are investing their time to broadcast it. There is a lot of technology, lot of human resources involved behind anything that goes online. So they all are spending their time, energy, effort to design something, and that is why they charge you, right? But you cannot deny the fact that it is very cost effective. Second thing is that it is something that you can enjoy anywhere at any time. Now I remember that I was looking for a wing, the wing of the aeroplane when you are in a flight and when you're about to land, the wing of the aircraft, a part of it just opens up, flap opens up and then it opens up further, and that is how the aircraft lands. And I always wondered that why that happened. That I was in between two flights at the airport and I just Googled and I got my answer. I'm telling you this example to let you know that this is the power of digital learning. It helps you to learn anything, anywhere, anytime at your comfort. So, digital learning is the new face of how people share knowledge, right? Apart from that, being a teacher for so long, I have gone through so many instances where kids whose birthright or whose right as a student is to get complete, seamless, obstacle-free learning. I hope you all agree with me that being a student, it becomes your right that you should understand everything completely. You should not leave the classroom with any doubts. I hope you all agree with me on that, right? But what happens in a classroom is, I just want you all to imagine that you're sitting in a classroom and your teacher is teaching you a concept on the blackboard, right? And you have a doubt. I'm sure out of 10, at least 7 students will think 10 times before asking the doubt. Thoughts can be like, oh, is my doubt even relevant? Oh, is my doubt stupid? Oh, will the class laugh on me? Oh, will I disturb the class if I ask my doubt? Oh, should I raise my hand? Oh, will the teacher shout on me? Oh, will the teacher be able to answer me? And blah, blah, blah. The list goes on, right? But in the online learning platform, your doubts can be asked at any time. They also can go anonymous, so you don't need to have that fear in your heart that, oh, should I ask, should I not ask, etc., etc. You can ask them anytime, anywhere, to the teacher as you wanted. And I also know that there are many platforms who only give you a doubt asking platform. There are many such platforms out there where you can ask doubts. They have a limited time period, that between this time to this time, if you have any doubts about any subject, you can just ask over there and they get it clear, right? And you remain anonymous. Plus, you don't have that fear that someone will shout on you or someone will laugh on you or your doubt is stupid or non-stupid. All that goes away. So from a student's point of view, I feel that digital learning definitely gives a lot of exposure, a lot of confidence to the child, because the child gets to learn error-free, seamless, right? And now, as I quoted Mr. John Kudos, when we come to digital learning for teachers, it is definitely a great, great, great platform. Because if I give you an example, suppose I am helping you to learn about photosynthesis. And I'm telling you, like there is a leaf, there is a stomata, they will do the exchange of gases, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, you're saying it, okay, okay, yeah, okay, fine. But how much did you get it? But right there, I switch to YouTube, I show you a video on how photosynthesis happens, and you are, oh yes, now I get it how that happens. See, but can you do that in a classroom? I can't take a leaf and tell you, okay, so imagine that there is tomato over here. You can't imagine it, right? Imagination can go very, very vague. But that time, if I show you a video and wow, you get the concept right in your head. And that is what is the advantage of digital learning. I told you that it expands your wings like very, very huge, right? Apart from that, the tools that today in the market we have, which really make the job of the teacher very, very easy and convenient, right? Like, okay, so like if I talk to you about this beautiful pen tab, this beautiful pen tab is it is manufactured by Wacom, and this tab enables me to write on the screen. This is a stylus which I use, with which I can write on this, and whatever I'm writing on this gets displayed on the screen. The benefit is that, oh, I do get to flaunt my good handwriting, but that's not the only benefit. The benefit is that students get my own handwritten notes. When I was a child, I remember in grade 5, I was very bad at math, not only in grade 5, throughout my schooling, I was very, very bad at math. So when I was in grade 5, I remember my math teacher used to have a yellow book, and she used to teach us from that book. And I always used to think that, that is like the golden book of math, that's the Bible of math. And if I get my hands on it, I will really be able to score good. That never happened, unfortunately. But I always had that urge, that what if I should get that book from which the teacher is teaching, or whatever the teacher is writing on the board, why don't I get a copy of that board which I can just fold it and keep it in my bag? But that too didn't happen. But in online, that does happen, right? And Wacom gives me that opportunity that I can write on the screen, and the student can either take a screenshot of it, or you can, there are platforms which give you the PDF access of the teacher's notes, and that is bingo. You go there, you get a chance to learn, 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 and learn, and with that you grow and evolve as well, right? So digital learning is definitely the perfect and a very, very effective, strong weapon which the students and the teachers can use to transform and bring about the revolution in the world. With that, I was also like talking about what can be the future of digital learning. I mean, any 10 years back, I never thought that we learn online now. What will be the future of digital learning? And that can be really very exciting and very powerful to know. Like what I thought, there is something called as what Michael started to do. It's teleporting. You just manage your and you get yourself on the internet. Just that's not there. It's not there. Appear the Bahamas, or you land there and you're in Japan, enjoy very close, right? So anything can be something which will be the future because that future can be already our work on artificial intelligence, we work on augmented reality, virtual reality. So that's what we do here. And here's and has this concept of they have designed the book called augmented reality, and where that device artists and when I read that book, when I read that book, what happened? When I read that book, there was a volcano that came like a real volcano. There was a volcano that started erupting, and I was just learning that, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Volcano for sure, and that's what augmented reality, virtual reality. It is not real, but it is real when you are using that more. So that is the future of digital learning. Already platforms are very important. Some which are scientists are working on. Very soon you will have that guidance of who and I'm teaching in person. And with that you need that digital that teaches our masses. So now again the greatest advantage of digital learning can teach our masses. When I'm taking my class, I have got students from the most remote areas of the country where they also have it that they go. We are learning from you, cities, village, where we do not even have a internet connection, but whenever we get the browse videos and we learn from them, and that is really very satisfying and very it gives me immense content that people can take it. Someone like who is living miles apart from me, who I never know that I ever be able to meet or talk to, yet I'm dealing with different societies, right? So that is another very great advantage of digital learning. That it gives them power, it gives them opportunity, and can teach our masses across the globe. Across the globe, and where and abroad. Right? And there's some comments from like there's this this that you wrote I don't know yes I done that and Shasha said that digital learning is still yet but what is the future of digital learning for them? Already our prime minister just has this vision of digital learning has reached a very huge geographical area. If you compare very fast, very fast, 5 to 6 years, it has really changed the masses. Because I'm not on like the laptop, I know that the reach is increasing every fast. We are not getting there. Let's scroll over the time. First of all, I move all our apps in CC, my other apps in CC, now change all the norms very fast. I think not necessarily cloud as and if anyone is out from our family, make sure that and then right instead of right now, you break them on the outside, right? So nobody had thought that sex learning can happen online. It's not happening, right? And it is happening everywhere because that is how the pace of learning is changing even for the current times, right? So rural India, where there was a lack of digital learning introduction, I think I believe I hope it has started happening and the pandemic will are also digital learning. So this is the main piece of learning and I hope that all of us can benefit from this amazing technology designed by humans for the humans. So can you show that? Can you show me how that works? So you can this is an app. You just connect it with my PC and I can use it on my whiteboard. So that's how that works. And I just connect it. I connect it and you can see there is this white line between things. And when I write this, whatever I write, and it appears on this now. I don't know, all will appear because it's not the writing, when I write in this like what I can do for you is that I can go read and I show you how that's. Yeah. So this is the paint and this drawing and this is my Yeah. So this is how this data helps you to learn beautiful, beautiful life platform. And
I can share the screen to the audience.
yeah. So the simple device that is activated your many devices you can check out their website and forward it and answer your bench which will really enhance my teaching experience. So that is all that I have to say about digital learning, and I will really look for any of your questions. Okay. So what about subjects like what about subjects like English that also is in the age of digital. Definitely, yeah, like a very sense situation which I think about what will happen about the physical development of a child, right? But the times are very critical. Being physically healthy does not only also, going out and playing on the playground. Definitely is a great way of holistic development. I'm a psychological, so I know how much it is important to be among kids, to be with them, to play, to be with your friends, and spend time. It's very important for your social and holistic development. But times are not that big. What can be done right home is you can watch certain videos which help you to keep up your sanity, to keep up your physical health. You can practice yoga. You can do a bit of physical exercise at home, basic stretching. Basic exercise, basically you push ups, like also you push ups or something like that. That is to maintain good health. But doing physical health is not the solution to staying yourself from getting infected. Physical, mental, emotional, all the portions should be perfectly fine if you want to really physically healthy. Yeah. Definitely, digital learning is not easy. It's experience of playing on the experience of experience of being among friends. But let us look at the lighter side. Let us look at the maximum of effort and keep ourselves. We've got another example says that exams from home, then you can say about artificial how did it change your interval and the media student? That's a very changing question. If you get a question, I can definitely say that one of the rank holders not only rank because there are students who are just studying and he takes the exam. I find that experience that a cousin of mine, he was in the undergraduate now he had his exam and this school was looking at work and writing exams actually in shape paper. But again, see, there you will far more smarter. Why the need for the you should understand and grab your situation. Neither literature nor the education system of India wants guys you give exams that are my practices. However, it is guys you not do this on yourselves. What will happen to the most? You will not support. You will okay, you have scored 60% copies, you score 75, 80. But with that maybe you will see schools like that, then you will be able to show your report card that I have earned this. Human consciousness did not lie so much. So what I would like to say is numbers cannot guide your destiny. Numbers cannot decide your fate. Be honest with yourself. Whatever your understanding, right? Whatever you know, right examination, and what opportunities at least go to marks, your self-on marks. Right? So, I think the request of the students not solving one practices. It's not something which can do a lot. You know what? You might probably use it all right, and might just be saying where is engineering, but when you want to be there, how to apply to do I study at that time, right? Today, when I'm having a discussion of math at home, I have to put my mind out and just see out in the washroom because I know that I'm very bad at it, right? So I don't want to invest in so teaching, you know, yes, that we can help people now. And it's not only you don't get that on students or when you make the examinations and colleges, right? So completely it depends on the individual's integrity and maintaining and not responsibility and one back. But the beautiful question right? Let me on from which you can have like 19 and I see in YouTube. That is a great. Super job, just proud of you. That is what that is what I also want to do. Just go out, research, actually on anything something like that. The world will and God are the children of my country. We are the children of the world. A very great responsibility on social media like that. Not ordinary. Imagine guys, you are someone who have witnessed the pandemic. I don't know business. I like just episodes of my life. Pretty feels like my parents are not business. My parents are not business. Because the first year the Spanish was the not during the first world. So even my grandparents did not business pandemic. The business pandemic. For me, it is not business. They are you never have pandemic. You guys are business. Especially because you guys have seen the easiest phases of the world, which means you are more responsible. You have a very responsibility on your shoulders, and these shoulders of yours should be very strong moral values, with strong integrity, with strong so I was thinking that I should have the strong integrity, strong that you came forward and something that the world. My parents and the most choice especially when you teach people around you. I look up to as my future and my family's future. And the world is also on your shoulders. Right. So more power you are keep on, rising and shining. Okay. What are examples of these I think brings this learning to the class? Okay. Samar, I think you are not talking about just for you. So I was teaching this and there are many platforms like here's the Indian platform. There are many platforms you that which you get that tools which can help the teachers which you can help the students learn better. It can help you the images, videos and a lot more that can definitely help you when you are teaching in a class. But there is still learning in the class really as you used to get there and learn so much from the with this learning, you cannot replace the experience of learning in classroom digital learning. Just that classroom is easy, but the learning in which I the learning is more effective. There are many schools I also know who are proper school, but the school they learn from the teacher who will you can mention that from this and learn from that. So it is not replace the experience of learning in a platform that is the education that how the even as you speak by the system of how to do working from there. So obviously you should not even think about replacing classroom. Times it is definitely not the class setup. So let us hope that the pandemic goes away quickly and we go back to schools. We learn in school, but we take digital platforms as a as an additional help to learn better. So that question was from Varun Rana. Anuj says that when our offline classes will start and how Wacom or other tabs can help us. So Anuj, you can just visit the Wacom website. It's a beautiful website where they have got all their products listed. You can use one of them and enhance your learning experience. And let us hope that the offline classes will start ASAP as soon as possible. Right? Okay. Priyam Singh asked me that as a teacher, don't you miss the exciting faces of your students in this new age of digital learning? Priyam, I do miss the feeling of being in a student's presence. It really, it's a different feeling altogether. I cannot put it in words. Neither I want to, minimize it by putting it in words. But you know what? The beautiful platform of Vedantu, it allows me to see the student. It allows me to talk to the student. So Vedantu's platform is called the WAVE, which stands for Whiteboard Audio Video Environment, and that platform actually gives me the opportunity that I can, uncam a student and see the student's face. I can talk to a student, I can see the student, and that is how we substitute our feeling of being with the student in person by having a digital conversation with the child. Okay. Aditya Jain, one of the major problems of online classes are that the teacher can't understand if the students are really attentive or not. How to deal with this problem? A beautiful question. We also were facing this, but there is technology now which can track the student's attention span in a class. So there is a technology. I don't know the name where it is being implemented, but it has come to me for sure that there is a technology where you can actually track whether the child is looking at the screen, and we can also monitor the tab which the student has, or which the student has opened on a screen. So we can actually check whether the student is on our class tab, or he or she has opened many tabs in Google or whatever. So that is a technology. It also helps us to understand whether the child is looking in the camera, or whether the child is looking down, or whether the child is looking at the screen. Everything we can track. So there is technology which has helped us to get rid of these loopholes. What a great question, Aditya. I'm sure this is coming from a teacher. Uh, okay. So you're also the one who supports in this pandemic. So as you keep motivating us on YouTube and now even in Zoom meeting, yes. And when you talk about keeping motivated, on YouTube, I would really like to tell all of you, and I, urge you all that I have now. This is with pure intention of spreading the joy in the world. I've started a beautiful initiative called the Acts of Joy. Acts of Joy is a 15-day initiative where every day I post a very, very simple task on my Insta handle, and I expect the students to do it. Now, these tasks will help to maintain a bit of stability, a bit of sanity, mental peace, and joy in the family. See, my dearest kids and my dearest friends out there is a lot of negativity going on. There is a lot of chaos and tension in the world, right? And it is very, especially in our country, and it is very, very easy and natural to get carried away with this negativity, right? So what can we do during these times is that we can maintain our spirits, we can remain upbeat, and we can do the slightest thing to spread peace and joy, at least in the house, because we are not supposed to step out, right? So these tasks are as simple as, just place a bowl of water for the birds. It gives you joy when you see a small little bird coming and sipping, drinking water from your bowl. Or, like my yesterday's task was that I told the students to just, write a small thank you card or a thank you letter to your parents, right? And that also spreads joy, that also spreads happiness in the house. And these little tasks will help you to maintain your mental stability. As I said, physical immunity is not the only thing which will help you to get out of this pandemic. You have to be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually immune to anything which is negative and anything which will pull you down. So, if you are interested, I request you to follow me on Instagram and do this task. If you want, you can just unfollow me after the tasks are over, but spread joy. So I'm doing this small initiative, Acts of Joy, where you can connect with me. And that is a great thing that you have addressed. And thank you so much, Aditya. Okay. Then Purvi says, I encourage my brother to read storybooks in PDF format, but he ends up opening some game in the mobile, which I have given him for his studies. What to do? Purvi, talk to him. Talk to him, make him understand that when you are repeatedly playing a game in the mobile, your brain has a programming which is very, very negative. The neurons in the brain become weak, and this I'm telling from scientific study. So, just create that fear in him that, dear brother, if you do this, your neurons will become weak. You want to play games, I completely understand. You're a kid, you should be excited to play a game. In a day, 20 minutes. 20 minutes non-stop you play the game. Even if like someone is like shaking you, you're not supposed to leave the phone for 20 minutes in the day. Fix a time that these 20 minutes I'll play my game. Nobody will disturb you. But after that, please read. Please read, and these are the benefits of reading this particular book, right? So that I think we will definitely help you out. All the very best. Okay. Um, Okay. We've got Manish who asks that university learning should be practical based but has been reduced to PPTs and open book tests. How can teachers make it much better or students to keep motivation to study? Again, as I said, that the importance to understand a particular concept should be awakened within the child's mind. And see, being non-interested in the subject is not something which has happened now. We know this, we have been students, and we know this that this has been going on since eternity. When you're not interested, and especially in a history class, you just go off to sleep, right? So it totally depends on the teacher, on how teacher ignites the interest in the child, right? And I do understand that field visits and the practical experience of performing an experiment in a lab is something which we cannot do during these times. So we can just keep up the patience, keep the hope, keep the faith that times will improve, and we will go back to the classrooms, we will go on field trips, we will go in the laboratory and do everything that we were doing, just taking help of digital learning as an effective additional tool to boost our experience. Half of the Indian population cannot afford the cost of digital learning. What is your suggestion for them? That is what I told you. Digital learning doesn't mean that you need to have a fancy mobile or a fancy tablet or a desktop or a setup. No, no, no. We just need a smartphone. And nowadays we get smartphone as as cheaper as 2,000 rupees, right? You just need a smartphone and an internet connection. Looking at the current schemes which the government of India has, I think that buying a simple smartphone and having an internet connection will not be a very Herculean task. So let us just hope that digital learning reaches each and every corner of the world, especially our country. Okay. Don't you think this digital learning is the main cause of damage to our paperback industry? Shouldn't we do something to control it? What about the felling of trees? What about the deforestation that happens because of the paperback industry? Now, I myself, I'm an avid reader and I love to read books. I just love the smell of paper and the feel of holding a book in your hand and turning the pages and reading it. I do love it. I love it a lot. But when I think about the trees that are being cut because of it, when I think about the destruction that it is causing, then I pick up my tab and I start reading from it. So we have to look at both the pros and the cons, right? And nowadays the technology is so beautiful that you can actually, you have got tabs which will not harm your eyes, like Kindle, it doesn't harm your eyes. You've got that brightness adjusting things, you have got different kinds of lenses which you can wear and it will not harm your eyes. Let's look at the brighter side. You can store like 1,000 books on your tab in just like one piece of device, right? So let us look at the brighter side. Okay. Which Wacom tablet is the best for online teaching? Now, to write, what I'm using is this pen tablet, which I use to write it on the screen. I write with it. So there's a tablet and a stylus which you get, which you can use to write with when you're teaching online.
Also,
So nowadays, virtual lab has also came, as you said, using headset. We can learn. I have an app in my laptop named Chemistry in Wonder Lab, from which I experience that I'm in a lab. Yes, that is virtual reality. Now, when I use my Google Earth and I roam on the streets of Spain, sitting in my couch on in Bangalore, obviously I also feel that I'm in Spain, right? So that is virtual reality. We've got 3D, 5D, 7D concept now, where actually when it's raining, you actually feel the water on you when it's raining on the screen. So nowadays digital learning has definitely transformed in unimaginable ways, and it is transforming every day. There are new inventions. So yes, we do have a great inventions, and thank you for that information.
also, sir,
Okay. Yes,
sorry
yes.
to disturb you in the middle of it, but we have Mr. Arup Sharma from Wacom also. So for the questions that are pertaining to Wacom, cost, the tablets and things, maybe he can share his information along with you while giving it. I hope
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to request Mr. Arup Sharma to please tell the students and the enthusiast people who are here more about Wacom products.
Yes. So, guys, we have this great personality from Wacom, and if you have any questions about Wacom or their products or their cost, you can just shoot, and he will definitely answer you.
Okay, we seem to have lost connection with him for now. there have been internet issues. But meanwhile, we can continue with the rest of the questions
Yes.
related to.
Okay. So we just hope that we'll connect with him soon and he'll be able to answer all your questions regarding Wacom and their products. And in the meanwhile, guys, if you have any more questions, you can just shoot. And let us together strive to use digital learning as much as possible, promote it, support it, and take the benefit of it. There's no harm in it. I'm sure we all enjoy watching the movie trailers and the new songs out there on a digital learning platform like YouTube. So let us resort to different platforms across the globe that we have and expand our horizons on it. Any more questions? I think that is it. So over to you, Sarthak.
Yeah, sir. We will just wait for a couple of minutes more to see in case anyone comes up with any other question or is there anything different here.
Okay. So yeah, we do have breakout room in Zoom. Zoom also gives you a lot of it gives you a lot of facilities, lot of different ways in which you can enjoy the online learning experience, and so does Zoho. So Zoho is also somewhat like Zoom, which helps you to understand and learn. Okay, so Sanchari Sinha Roy says that digital learning is affecting the health, especially the eyes of the child. What is your suggestion as a teacher of biology? Should we divide the time between online and offline learning? Now, offline learning, so I don't know how much it is happening and how when it will happen, but a beautiful practice that we followed in Vedantu because everything had turned online. So this we did in the beginning of the in the beginning of the lockdown last year. When lockdown was imposed last year in 2020, we did a very beautiful exercise when we were teaching. Automatically, after every 15 to 20 minutes, a screen used to pop up on the child's screen that it's time for some eye exercises. And it's a beautiful thing, Sanchari ma'am, that you have asked me. What we can do is that I just tell you some exercises. So number one is you can do eye rotation. Look up, count till five, look down, count till five, look in the left, count till five, and look in the right, count till five. And then you can just rotate your eyes five times clockwise and five times anti-clockwise, right? Then what you can do is stare at something which is at least 20 feet away. Stare at something which is at least 20 feet away, wherever you're sitting. Just try to look out of the window as far as you could, but look at one point for at least 1 minute. Stare at something which is 20 feet away for 1 minute, right? Apart from that, what you can do is that you can just hold your thumb right in front of you, focus on the tip of your thumb, and just look at it like this till it stretches extreme left, and then again come back. Same you can do with the right thumb, right? So these are some basic exercises that you can use to keep your eye healthy. Okay? Yes, Aditya. Sundar sir from Vedantu Young Wonders had conducted a video on different eye exercises that you can do during the lockdown. Okay, so it's a beautiful question about the eye exercises. Yes, eyes are definitely getting strained, and we don't want the kids to have big, thick spectacles on their eyes as they grow up, thanks to the pandemic. So we don't want that. We don't want a pandemic of spectacles running around the world. So these are some basic exercises that you can do, and I hope it will definitely help the child. Thank you so much, Piali. Thank you so much. Just have the love, have the passion that, oh wow, I'm doing such a wonderful thing that I am helping someone, some soul which is sitting miles away from me. I don't even know whether ever be able to meet that soul or not, and I'm making a difference to that soul. Wow, when you bring that love, when you bring that passion within you, it definitely brings the energy, and my energy is my USP. even if sometimes I'm not well, or sometimes I am not in a good mood for some reason, it reflects, and students are like, sir, is something wrong? Sir, today you're not, today you're not being yourself. Are you okay? And that has actually led to me getting a very bad feedback. And when I asked the students that, dear, why did you give me a bad feedback? The children were like, oh, sir, I didn't enjoy your class because you are so energetic always that even if it's a little less, we don't enjoy the class. I'm like, okay, now that is a great responsibility. Every time before I enter the class, I have to, have an energy drink with me. But no, the secret is, or the way what you can do is just love what you're doing. There are very few people across the world who actually love and enjoy what they are doing, or where they are working. And I am blessed by the universe, by the Almighty, that I'm one of them who really loves my job. I have great passion for it, and that is why at a mere age of 26, I have got a huge experience, because I have been doing this since a very young age. And it was, as Vedantu says, I'm a teacher by choice, but I'm also a teacher by chance. So destiny, it was in my destiny that I'm born to spread knowledge, and I hope I'm doing a great job at it. So Pyari, thank you so much, and I'm sure that you are also going to create wonders across the world. All the more power to you. Okay. So, H. Ganesh says, as a student, I find it particularly problematic to learn geometry from digital medium. I miss those school classes when teacher used to check my copy, give you a suggestion, how Wacom can help. Can you please show me how you can draw diagrams through the Wacom? Definitely, I can. So, H. Ganesh, I understand, all those construction sessions which you used to have. So, what I do is, I just share my screen with you. I just open Paint. Yes. So I hope you guys can see my screen on Paint. Mm. So I hope you guys are able to see this Paint. Yeah. So see, suppose if I have to draw the diagram, or if I say I have to draw a plant, right? So this is the way in which Wacom helps you. It helps you to draw, and what you can do is that when you're learning in a geometry class, suppose you're attending a geometry class online, you can draw the diagram and you can send it to the teacher, and then the teacher can correct whether you are right or wrong, right? Okay, so that is how it helps you, and I guess Alok Sharma from Wacom has joined us. I welcome Alok sir to this wonderful session. Alok sir, you have got a great number of questions to answer. Students are really waiting for you to help them out to answer their doubts about Wacom and the beautiful products that Wacom designs. I, being a teacher, using your Wacom pen tablet, really thanks you for designing this beautiful device. It has really helped me a lot, and it is my go-to device when it comes to drawing anything on the screen or writing on screen. Thank you so much. Over to you, Alok sir. Please, students are waiting for your insights.
Yeah, thank you, Pritesh. By the way, you explained really well that how Wacom is useful for online teaching and online learning. And I just want to share that in entire world, Wacom technology is really appreciated by online digital learning, because nowadays we are selling a more. You can't believe that last year during this COVID, because we focused our sales number before COVID situations, but after this COVID impact, luckily we sold out around 127% our budgets. It means that we really sell well, unbelievable target achieved, and this is not happened not only in India, truly in other countries also. It means we are selling more on online, and when we get to know, we internally we discussed, and we trying to find out the reason that why we are selling on Amazon, on Flipkart more and more. Then we get to know that mostly teachers are using this Wacom tablet in not only in India, in other countries also, who is affected through this COVID situations. So mostly teachers are using, and if you will go to our YouTube channel, then also you will get to know that it's really, really a good technology, and it's appreciated by all teachers and students. Because you know that once you will connect with the tablet with the PC, then communications will be very easy. Because you know that if you are saying anything, if you will write down in your own handwriting, then you will feel that yes, now it's very easy to communicate to anyone. So that's why I would suggest you that please go through our YouTube channels and just trying to find out the reason that why Wacom technology adopted by online teaching, online teachers and others. So really good. And I would suggest that if you have any questions about the pricing, about the product technology, please visit to our Wacom channel and Wacom.com, and you can ask me here also if you have any doubt. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alok sir. So,
Thank you.
guys, you have heard him that Wacom is sending out their products across the globe. There's a huge demand due to the pandemic, and now it is such an effective tool that when you write it, as he has definitely said it absolutely correct, that when you write it with your own hands, it gives you a different level of satisfaction, and you feel like, oh yes, you have learned something, or you have made the child understand something. There are so many students who are asking about the cost of it. So guys, again and again, Alok sir has urged you that you visit their page. On their page, all the details are available. Again, it's a way of digital learning. So let's go on the Wacom website and learn about the different products and the cost. And definitely, I think the team of Wacom will help you to get the products on time. I do remember that there was a time in Vedantu where we were not able to get the product on time because there was such a huge demand, and Wacom has done a great job that they helped us out on time and we got our products. So there's a huge demand. I ask you, I really urge you all to quickly go to the Wacom website after this webinar and check out their products. And if you really like some of them, they're really, really helpful. You can just order them. And I think the team of Wacom, they have already posted the link in the chat. So there is a link which has already been pinned in the chat. You can just go on the link and order your products from there. The entire team of Wacom will be really, helpful, and they will see to it that your product reaches you on time. So with that, I think I can bring this beautiful talk session with you all. I really enjoyed a lot. If you did, you can even watch this on YouTube on the Youth channel. YOOF is the channel of Youth, which you can find on YouTube, and you can find this video over there. Do leave your comments over there. And also, guys, you can follow me on Instagram at Pritesh_Vedantu and take part in the acts of joy. I also request you to follow Youth on Instagram. There is their page. So you can do that. Wacom India also has its own Instagram page. So that is digital. That is digital. You have got so many media that you just type out something and you are there. So Wacom, myself, you, we all are on Instagram, and you can just follow us over there and learn more about our lives, right? So that is all. Sarthak, over to you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful and active audience. I really enjoyed your presence. I hope you did mine. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. More power to all of you out there. Do not forget that you have to stay home. You have to stay safe. You have to keep on doing, all the S's, as I say in my classes, like sanitize, smile, stay home, and stay safe. Over to you, Sar.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really amazing, really enthusiastic, and I totally loved that energy speaking
Thank you so
personally
much.
about
Thank
it.
you.
So yeah, you said it completely right in the beginning of your this webinar that technology in the hand of great teachers can definitely bring a transformation, and we can see that happening completely possible by your only. Your efforts are truly making a difference in the education. Like I personally used to be a student who was very much kind of old school in the true
Thank
sense
you.
of it, that I preferred always those textbook learning, reading through the actual books that is can be in my hands. But obviously in college it has been something that your books are on the laptop, your classes are there, and everything that is something we have to adapt to it in that kind of sense only. So yeah, we are slowly adapting to it, and I believe that even after this pandemic would end, and we all hope that it would soon, we will still be somewhat learning a bit of our learning, not only just through textbooks, but through digital
Yes.
medium as well. And
Yeah.
then there will be a beautiful combination coming together of these two things, and people will
Exactly.
actually gain something more.
Exactly.
Yeah, so also, I was really intrigued by something, being a psychology student myself right now, that you were talking about that act of goodness, right? That was something like this. So, can you tell us more about it, that what it is and how does it help people? Because right now, it's very important that we work on our mental health as well. So, please just
Yeah,
a bit about
yeah.
it.
So as I've said that on my Instagram handle, I've started this initiative. It suddenly just striked me that you are constantly hearing about the number of people dying every day, the number of active cases, the number of recoveries. Here it is lockdown, and the situation in the country is really not good. It's not only about pandemic. I don't want to be I don't want to give out any controversial comments over here, but there are many things that are not happening correctly in the country, right? There is so much of negativity and turmoil out there. You open your Instagram, you open any, you unlock your phone, and there is some or the other negative notification that you're getting. I'm sure your guy, your hearts have broken today after the IPL getting cancelled. But yeah, like there is so much of negativity out there. And what I thought is, because I'm a person who follows spirituality a lot, and I have understood, I also listen to a lot of spiritual leaders across the globe, that it is very important for you to maintain your spiritual health, your emotional health, and only then your physical immunity is going to help you out over there. So they say that only remaining physically healthy, only popping a vitamin C and multivitamin and not going outside, it's not enough. You need to be very, very strong on the mental level, and only then you will be able to keep this virus at bay. Because there are many people out there who are dying, who are acquiring the disease because of fear. And it's very important for us to keep this fear at bay. Only then we will become healthy inside out. So I've started this beautiful initiative called Acts of Joy, where every day in the morning I post a very simple task, and I expect the students to do it. And the students also do it. They share me a photo of it, and then I put it on my stories, just like an incentive that I'm giving them. But my pure intention behind it is to spread a little bit of smile, a little bit of happiness in the house during these times of tension. So just because we should not get carried away with the negativity, we should not get trapped in it. So again, I urge all of you that follow me on Instagram. And again, I'm telling you, if you want, you can unfollow me after the task is done. After these acts of joy, 15 days are over. But take part in it. Let's spread joy. Let's spread happiness. Let's spread smile. Even if you are the teeny tiny reason of a smile on even if your family member's face, trust me, you are contributing to the nature, and Mother Nature will take care of you. So that
That's
is it.
great, sir. That's amazing. And right now, I would like to give a small request or like put a small request that we all have been your students right now for the last 1 hour, and you had been enlightening us with so much information and almost driving our curiosity that how much we can explore through this digital medium while we have this chance to do so. So, from your this act of joy thing only, can you give us some tasks that probably we can post on our youth Instagram stories or Wacom Instagram stories and tag you as well in it? Any
Yeah,
one
yeah, for sure,
or
you can do it. So, okay. So what you can do is, I can just ask you all that this is one very simple task what you all can do. So, okay. So, okay, let me think. I've got a list of tasks which I, put it out. Okay, yes. So, all of you, whether you're of any age group, I'm sure we don't have a completely colorful past. We have someone in our life whom we have stopped talking to, whom we have fought with, or whom we have sort of disagreements, and we don't prefer having a conversation with that person, right? And I just urge all of you that we know that the times are not certain. We don't know what the future holds in store for us. Hope it is all bright, hope it is all good. But I request all of you to keep your ego aside. What is ego basically? Ego is just a false image which you have created about yourself. Okay, that I am this, but actually it's not. Right? So keep your ego aside. Pick up the phone, call that person, and at least for 120 seconds, talk to that person. Just ask that, oh hey, how are you? I hope everyone in your family is fine. I hope you are taking care. Make sure that you're safe. Make sure you're sound. And I just felt like talking to you, and let bygones be bygones. And I'm not saying that you talk to that person every day after today, and you again be chuddy buddies and great friends. I'm not saying that. but at least don't carry on in life with that setback, with that negativity ka burden on your head. So just call up, let bygones be bygones, and have a neutral approach towards that person whom you are negative about. So that is what you all can do.
That was an amazing task, sir. Definitely, we can do this, keeping our egos aside and just embracing what we have right now, accepting this, spreading love and joy. That's all we can do in these hard times.
Yes,
So,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
wrapping this thing up, thank you so much, sir, for coming here. Thank you so much,
Thank
Alok,
you.
sir, for being here. And thank you, both of you, for enlightening us with so much knowledge. I hope you and your family and your friends remain safe in this time. We would again like to extend our thanks to Pritesh sir for spending his time for this webinar, whole Wacom for believing in our philosophy of youth and making this event even possible. And to all the amazing members who attend this event today, I would really like that if you would visit us on our youth Instagram page, Pritesh sir's Instagram page, and definitely check out Wacom for more digital learning experiences. Because we have, after all, realized that books are not the only means of learning anymore. There is so much out there from which you can learn, only if you have the right mindset to look at. Thank you, everyone, once again for being here.
Thank you so much, Sarthak. Thank you, everybody. Have a great time. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.